Rumors claim that the A9 CPUs for the new upcoming iPhone 6s are now under the works. We now also have official details on the new upcoming Radeon R9 Nano just for you AMD fans out there, and all you Motorola fans can now also start celebrating as the company has finally broken its silence and announced the release date for the new upcoming Moto X and possibly the Moto G as well. Hey, what's up guys, you're watching Tech A.M here, and welcome back to another episode of Tech A.M Weekly. Let's kick things off with some good news and OnePlus, with the imminent OnePlus 2. Remember last year OnePlus came out the OnePlus 1 and the horrible invite system, which everyone hated. Yeah, well this year around with the OnePlus 2 there is still going to be an invite system, but OnePlus has apparently promised that they will make it new and improved. By this, the company is going to make it easier for the invites to get around to more people quicker, and due to this the company also will have 50 times the inventory they had last year in order to meet the demand requirements more efficiently, which is quite a lot of phones. Let's wait and see exactly how much more improved this new invite system will actually be. Now let's move the spotlight over to Motorola and the highly anticipated Moto X 2015. The company has just made it official that the press event for the Moto X 2015 and possibly the Moto G as well will take place in Sao Paulo, New York City and London, scheduled for the 28th of July. Now we know this because the company started rolling out invites on Thursday which claim your relationship status is about to change. And it is signed XGX. The G is not particularly clear, but the obvious assumption would be that the X's are for the Moto X and the G is, well, for the Moto G. Switching gears to Sony and its OLED smartphone, the Sony Lavender, which is apparently going to be released as the Xperia T4 Ultra. Reports suggest that Sony may be working on a redesign of its flagship phone series, making the major attraction of the phone a bezel-less design, which is actually a first for Sony. The phone has been spotted with the model number E5503, and as we all know, Sony likes to play around with what smartphone markets they keep the smartphones exclusive to. We don't have much information about what markets the Xperia T4 or the Sony Lavender is going to be aimed at, but what we do know, or at least what we think we know, is that this new so-called flagship is going to be sporting a 5.5-inch 1080p panel equating to a 401 ppi count with a MediaTek MT6752 processor, 2GB of RAM, front and rear facing 13MP cameras with an LED flash, running Android Lollipop fresh from the package. Staying in the world of smartphones, but this time moving on to Apple, since quite a lot of rumours have started to spread that Samsung and TSMC have already kicked off production of the new A9 chip, which will probably be most likely for the iPhone 6s. The Taiwanese chip manufacturer isn't expected to however begin mass production of this new chip until the fourth quarter of this year, using its 16nm FinFET process. TSMC is also expected to manufacture audio chips and fingerprint sensors on a contract basis for future iPhones. All this seems pretty exciting for now. Let's just see if Apple decide to go for more than 2 cores this time round. Remember last week when I talked about scientists at Duke University connecting the brains of 3 monkeys together? Well, this week at the same university, a group of scientists connected the brains of 4 rats to one another, while the rats still having the brains inside of the heads via microwire arrays. They call this interconnection between the brains a BrainNet, which allows the exchange of information from one brain to another, which allows the rats to consistently able to outperform individual rats, or normal one-brained rats. One of the experiments they did on this thing was stimulating the rats by temperature and barometric pressure data that may indicate precipitation. And what they found out from this was that when the brains were connected together, in about 41% of the cases, the rats were correctly able to forecast the weather. Forecasting the weather. Rats forecasting the weather. The future is here. And finally, breaking news for all you AMD fans out there, the company has just recently officially announced that their new card with only a 6-inch form factor called the Radeon R9 Nano will launch this August. Although the exact specs still haven't been confirmed, what we do know is that the insane card will feature a max TDP of only 175 watts, which is 100 watts less power than the Fury X and should also equate to the card running much cooler and quieter than its bigger brother. Moreover, the card is actually the company's third enthusiast card based on the Fiji GPU, featuring 3D high bandwidth memory, or HBM for short. I'm personally more of an Nvidia guy, but this card has actually gotten me really excited. So there you have it guys, be sure to smash that like button down below if you enjoyed, and also feel free to leave a comment about anything, whether it be the new OnePlus 2 or the AMD card or rats forecasting the weather. Anyways, be sure to subscribe and share and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. The phone has been spotted with the model number E5503, and as we all know, Sony likes to play around with what smartphone markets the